19 cars on the property. Anthony Ely, Jamison Howell, their first career starts in PALracing here on the dirt of Limaland. Next time by, we will go green, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the PALracing Dirt Series. The green flag waves, and immediately we got cars up and down the racetrack right now, jockeying for position. Anthony Ely with your lead. Jamison Howell trying to run him down. Lots of contact going in throughout the field, down to the back half of the top 20. Big sliders. And just look at these guys enter turn 3. Oh, that's Raymond Wimmer around. Raymond Wimmer sideways brings out the caution, overcooked it. Anthony Ely. Good launch. Here we go. Green flag back out. Jamison Howell on the top line, but here comes Jason Woldridge. He likes the bottom. Can he make it work? He gets all the way down as low as I like to see, but the car hops up in front of Jamison. Pete Tart gets into him, and here comes Douglas Henry. The PALracing regulars of Pete Tart and Doug Henry will fly right by the lickety-slick drivers, and here comes Ricky Mandoka. Keep it straight. Good save at the 46, but Douglas Henry's in the fence. Up in the fluff. Brian Smith, Ricky Mandoka contact. Doug finally rebounds, but he drops to that 6th position. And issues for Jamison Howell continues to go backwards. He's turning that car to an asphalt car, trying to roll the bottom. Gould and Pettit. Now you're getting back here with a bunch of hungry hippos just trying to keep the cars going straight. Trying to reel him in. Right now, Jacob Licia made a mistake. He's dropped to the 18th position. Anthony Ely coming by, trying to lap him down. Pete Tart, Jason Woldridge, Jamie Howell, Douglas Henry, Brian Smith, Ricky Mandoka, Logan Wilson, Matthew Legatt, Jamison Howell, your top 10. Oh, Jacob Alicia, what is going on? The Corey LaJoy up on the wall. Douglas Henry piles in. The car goes flipping. The caution will come out. I don't know what just happened, but it was something crazy. Oh, there it is. Oh! Tony Hawk. Oh, no. Oh, no. Brian Smith, Douglas Henry pile in. Good launch out of the 5. Pete Tart on the outside. Here comes Jason Woldridge, loving that bottom line in the restart. He'll move to 2nd once again. Douglas Henry up the inside, trying to grab a position from Pete Tart. He'll fall back to 4th, looks like 5th. Here comes Jamie Howell. Oh, Woldridge loses it. In the middle of the pack, 4 wide. Brian Smith, into Jamie Howell. We're still wrecking sideways. Woldridge, Howell, the 09 of Simmons, Gould, Wentworth. Oh, no. What a derby this has been. Green flag back out. Here we go. This time, Douglas Henry stays conservative in the middle. Mandoka looked for something, couldn't quite get it. Now Doug draws even with Pete Tart. Doug up the inside, gets the tires in the slick. Pete Tart was able to bounce back on the top line. They're still side by side for 2nd. Anthony Ely trying to clock out. Pete Tart almost dumps Douglas Henry and puts himself up into the fence, and he will drop to the 5th position. Doug does the same, and that puts Ricky Mandoka to the 2nd position. Logan Wilson up into 3rd. We're still nearly wrecking back here. Oh, everybody's ARCA braking. We're 4 wide. Pettit gets himself through with Jamie Howell. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on, but I am loving it. Caution will fall. Aiden Gould was the reason for the yellow following. Let's take a look. So he's behind Pete Tart. Oh, it's Jamison Howell comes up into him. Dylan Simmons will just go underneath the 51. Green flag back out. Anthony Ely, good launch. Logan Wilson tries the inside of Ricky Mandoka. Jacob Pettit up in the fence. He will drop positions. Logan Wilson now up the inside of Mandoka. Can he complete the slider? He tries to keep the rear tires off the slick. Mandoka using the high line above the slick tries to advance. Logan Wilson made a lunge at the lead on the bottom. I think he might have found the line. Will he try it again? He's still a little bit higher than I'd like to see. Up in the slick. Anthony Ely hasn't quite pulled away like he has in previous times. Caution comes out. And I think the yellow will fall due to Ricky Wentworth. Let's take a look at the replay. Ricky just minding his own business. Oh, it's Jamie Howell. Gets a little bit over-rotated. Ricky will door him, so not Ricky's fault. At the flag stand, Anthony Ellie, good launch. Now that they're single file, how does this change how these guys build runs? They can't get side by side. They might have to wait a few laps to try to go for a position. But Ricky Mandoka banging boards up against the cushion. Good run, draws even side by side. Can he clear him? Look at Ricky Mandoka go. Anthony Ely contact. Here comes Logan Wilson up the inside. Logan Wilson gets down by Anthony Ely. Turns right in front of him. Brian Smith, as well as Daniel Nans, mount him. 5 laps. Cookie's going to get a front row seat at this action. Green flag back out. Ricky Mandoka, good launch. Anthony Ellie trying to track him down. He knows on the restart's the best chance he can get at making a move on the bottom, but it's just not enough. Douglas Henry, Jason Woldridge now side by side for third. Pete Tart returns to the battle again up into 5th. Caution back out once again. Ricky Wentworth will be the cause. Let's take a look at the replay. Here's Ricky Wentworth. Again, he's just minding his business down here. So what goes wrong? Oh, no, just caught up in another wreck. He loops it almost sideways, so that's why the yellow comes out. Again, not Ricky's fault. He's just trying to stay out of it. Look at these guys, a bunch of racing horses. Nose to tail, green flag back out. It's another good launch out of Mandoka, but right rear almost too much in the fence. Anthony Ely trying to answer. Pete Tart had the same issue. He will drop positions. Down the straightaway, Ricky Mandoka, white flag, one more lap to go, almost rides the wall. Here comes Ely. Can he get back to the 46? One big slider up the inside. Mandoka trying to close off the lane. Here comes Woldridge to the line. Ricky Mandoka will win it.
Ricky, let's go.
Win, Ricky.
7-11 victory lap.
Ricky Mandoka picks up the win. Race number 2 of the PALracing Dirt Series, Tour number 1, Dirt Late Model Pros. Burns are down right here on the front straightaway. And look at my guys. Get it all nice and parked. Ricky Mandoka, Anthony Ellie, Jason Woldridge. They've done this before. Last week, they lined up just like this for Lickety Slicks. Let's go ahead and get your winner up into the booth. Ricky! You got a copy?
Hello, man.
Well,
I do.
You messaged me today at 7:34. Session goes up at 7:30. You said, I want to run the Dirt Series. I think I do better than that. I'm guessing compared to the Frontier Truck Tour, which you have put together good runs. You find your way on the power rankings, but how about coming out here at Limaland and getting this win here in PAL, the Dirt Series, your first start? Talk about tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic. I didn't know they were resetting the track states in between, so we got to see how it would develop in between sessions, and it developed about how I expected. It was a little bumpy. I've got a direct drive wheel now, and you feel basically everything, so my arms were, hung over the bumps, but just like real life, it scratched that itch. Haven't been in a real race car in a few years, so it's no, it's really cool. I haven't done good in a lot of leagues lately, so this is it's cool to come out here and show these guys that I belong in my first start.
All righty, Ricky, congratulations on the win, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We'll send Ricky back down. Now we got to talk to the P2 finisher, Anthony Ely. This is the second time we've gotten to interview him. Anthony, no in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Anthony, you picked up the win in heat race number 1, finished second heater 9 after leading the most amount of laps. Once Ricky got by you, what did it take to have to get back to him? What were you missing?
I just didn't get to the top soon enough. I made a run late, and I just grabbed brake going into 3 and 4 because I didn't want to get up into them. And so I'm happy with the second. Showed a lot of good speed, so we'll be back next week.
Alrighty, thank you, Anthony. I'll see you later this Thursday.
Yes, you will.
Alrighty, finishing third in tonight's race, Jason Woldridge. Jason, know in the booth you got a copy. Jason. Well, guess not. All right, well, that's going to conclude racing action here in PALracing. It was a hectic one. But a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces, a small little track. You'll have that on those big jobs. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another awesome night of racing here in PAL. Next week, it'll be Lincoln. Tomorrow is an off day, but Thursday we return with the Lickety Slicks Dirt Racing Tour. 4 Crown Nationals this weekend with the Great Lakes Super Sprints, and that'll be the end of it. Well, that will conclude tonight's racing action. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you next time.